All right, so we should be live right now, but before we kind of get this thing underway, is there anything that you want to plug or anybody want to shout out?
Um, nah.
All right, no, all right, no shout outs.
I'll shout out people throughout it, like when they
Yeah, for sure, for sure. All right, I guess first things first. I told you this question we're gonna start off with because usually it's like a tradition. When I get to the end of the interview, I always plug both of our Instagrams, and guys, they put their numbers in their bio or not in their bio and as their username, and I
yeah,
always forget like they had a number. So all of a sudden, the interview's about to end. I'm like, oh wait, like I see a number. Like, what does that mean?
yeah.
Happens every single time, but I was a little more prepared this time, a little more focused. So the number 5, what does that number kind of mean to you?
It first started off. I think it was seventh grade, middle school team. We were picking numbers, and I was like, I think like the second person to pick a number, and I just seen 3 and 5, and I was like, should I go with 3 or 5? I wanted to pick 3 to be like Dwayne Wade, but
Yeah.
but I was like, it's something about 5, and I just chose 5, and I've been wearing that number ever since. And like people at my middle school started like calling me C5, so like started went on with it, and it was catchy, and then so I just been wearing number 5 ever since.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like number 3 though, that definitely would have been a little like I can't. Yeah, I can't really think of like what do you think? Do you know like who the best NBA player is that wore number 5?
I can't think of nobody
Yeah,
really.
I don't know anybody, but
I'm gonna be the first person.
that yeah, you could be the first well-known person to wear number 5. I mean, number 3 for Dwayne Wade though, that would be pretty
Yeah,
pretty sick. But also like that's more original. So if you made it to the end,
yeah,
like if you're this Hall of Famer, first Hall of Famer with number 5, instead of saying like, oh, I did it to copy Dwayne Wade, like
yeah,
a little more pave your own path for the number 5.
for sure.
Yeah. Did you go to Calvary Christian for middle school too, or just for high school?
Just for high school.
Okay, so I guess what middle school were you at, or where do you live, like in South Florida?
I'm from Pompano Beach, and I went to Pompano Beach Middle School.
Okay, so what kind of like went into the decision to go? I guess I'm assuming Pompano Beach Middle School is a public middle school. So what
Yeah.
kind of got you into the decision to go to a private high school in Calvary Christian?
First, I had never heard of the school before, and I would when I was going to high school, I had like a bunch of different choices and options, and I just started hearing Calvary, 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 and then I knew a couple people that went there, and so I already knew about the Christian faith. Like I'm big on my faith, and then so like when I seen that, I was like, oh my gosh, and then when I got to know the coaches there and who they were, how they can push me to be who I am, not just on the court, but the teachers in the classroom, and how I can grow in my faith in that environment, it was just the best decision for me.
Yeah, and being there since your freshman year, I guess I want to know for this season, you guys got you got Marvell, then you get Taylor and Tyler, and
Yeah.
I'm sure a few other guys too were kind of new to the team. So even though you were one of the younger guys, were you kind of showing them kind of the ropes of Calvary Christian and everything, since you guys did get some transfers?
We definitely had to me, Greg, we definitely had to show them the ropes because they were so lost, and we just had especially Marvell, like he was lost. So yeah, we definitely had to show them the ropes around Calvary.
And what I want, and you're talking about like lost, like on the court, not like in terms of like the literal school, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, because I'm assuming like do you guys do school
and around the school too. We had to show
Okay.
them like how the school works, everything.
Yeah. So you guys go in person over there?
Yeah, I'm going in person right now. I think I'm one of 3 people that's going back in person. I've been back in person for about a month now.
Like one of 3 on the team, or like out of the whole entire school?
One of 3 on the team.
Yeah, that would have been crazy. I want is there so there's a restaurant at your school?
Yeah, we have like an actual restaurant inside of our school.
Yeah. Is it like I mean I don't know if I'm like is it like a good restaurant, or is it kind of like just like a cafeteria but it looks like a restaurant?
Nah, it's a legit restaurant with everything. Like the food is amazing.
So is that do you have that and a cafeteria, or is it more like that's where you guys go for lunch? And yeah, like how does it work?
We have a cafeteria, but most people, when you want the good food, that's where you go.
Yeah.
That's the spot.
So what's the go-to? What's like your favorite meal there at school?
I get a loaded mac, so it's basically pasta with sauce and then bacon and cheese.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I actually hate like I eat cheese on pizza and like
Yeah.
both things like that. But I hate I hate cheese and I hate noodles. So I would never,
Wow.
bro. I would never try that. I'm like,
You gotta try it at
nah,
this place. You gotta try it. It's
like if you pay me, but like I just can't do it because also like my mouth, bro. Like I'm not gonna do it on camera. My mouth could be like huge. Like I have
yeah.
like an alligator mouth, so anything slimy like just makes me gag. So that's why.
No,
Yeah.
it's good. Trust me. You gotta try it. But they have a bunch of other stuff too.
Yeah, I mean, no matter how many times like you tell me to try, like I probably will not. Maybe if you pay me like like $1, I'd probably do it. But
Yeah.
other than that, there's no way I'm putting that thing in my mouth. But your freshman year, so I guess technically saw you play your freshman year. However, I really don't remember you at all. Like I didn't know much back then,
Yeah.
but I saw you play. Actually, I saw you technically play twice your freshman year. And again, I had no idea who you were, but I'm assuming you did make at least somewhat of an improvement from your freshman year, your sophomore year. So I guess talk about that jump you made.
Improvement from freshman to sophomore year. I think I'm a lot more patient. I see the game more at a slower level. I understand it better. And obviously, little details that I've worked on during the break and COVID, and just working on my game. My jump shot has gotten better, more smoother. I think my efficiency got better, and it was just all mentally for me. From my freshman to sophomore year, I think mentally I got better, so I improved my game.
And just like, what did you kind of do to get yourself better mentally? Was it more you just were in the gym so long you were like, if I suck, it's almost like God telling me that you have to play basketball because you put so much work in?
Mentally, I just like I was just cutting a lot of noise out. Because going in my freshman year, I had a lot of expectations going to my freshman year, and I didn't live up to those expectations. I was top 20 going into my freshman year in the country, but I just started cutting out all the noise, just working hard, focusing what I have to do for myself and not what everybody else is doing.
Yeah. So I guess I want to know for because next year now, I mean in my opinion, you're one of my favorite players to watch. Like I was kind of like I kind of compare you. I don't know if you agree, but like I feel like you're somewhat like Dariq Whitehead in a way, and I love Dariq Whitehead, so
Yeah,
I love watching you as well. And next year, like I say this is probably one of like I'm not really like confident in my statements, but something I would say confidently is like I think you are one of the most underrated players in the whole entire country. So next
yeah.
year, at least for me, I have high expectations for you. How I mean, I'm not really too much noise, but how are you going to now? Next year, you really got a lot of high expectations. So how are you now going to almost learn from your freshman year to make sure that this year you probably exceed those high expectations?
Definitely. I think next year I'm gonna definitely have high expectations because everybody is gonna be watching us, watching me, especially with the schedule we have coming in next year. Um, I just have to continue to work hard, getting better, and doing what I know, which is work. That's how you get better. That's how you exceed expectations, and mentally just being strong and prepared for the season.
Something that I was kind of thinking about. I actually interviewed someone when you guys beat like Archbishop Moeller or whatever they were called, when they were
Yeah,
number 8 team in the country. I actually interviewed someone from that school, and I didn't realize, like, I kind of forgot all about it. He's like,
yeah,
"Yeah, we lost to Calvary Christian." I was so pissed, and I was like, "Yo, like, I was actually so happy you guys lost in that game." So I was like a very very awkward moment in the interview, but I was
yeah.
like, next year, I mean, how are you guys gonna make sure, like, all respect to that team, but they were a pretty loaded team, and they ended up not doing nowhere near as good as they thought they were gonna be. How are you guys going to, I guess, avoid being like the Archbishop Moeller kind of thing and make sure you guys do, meet those expectations as an overall team?
I just think we all have to come together as a group. It starts in practice. It starts off the floor, what we do individually together off the floor. and we just got to be a team and trust what our coaching staff has for us, and just knowing if we win, everything else will take care of itself.
Next year, I mean, my dad thinks this, like, technically, like, you guys are kind of going to be better next year than you were this year. Like, I think I
Yeah,
saw, look on the Max Preps article on you guys, or on, like, all these top teams, and, all these teams are losing all these players, and for you, it just said, like Dylan's going, and that's basically it. And
yeah.
now Ben's kind of replaced. They're two different players, but instead you're getting Ben, who's, a top player in himself. So do you believe, like, now all due respect to the team with Dylan, but do you think that the 2021-2022 team is going to be even better than it was this year?
That's definitely the goal, to be better. We have a great group coming back, and pieces that we're gonna add. But we definitely are trying to be better, and we're trying to exceed our expectations for next year and just play basketball.
I already know, probably, like, the goal for the team is to at least win a state championship, and then at least qualify for Geico Nationals. Where this year, like, you could be in the argument that you got snubbed, but obviously I think the teams that got selected, and I'm sure you do too, like, probably did deserve it. But next year, like, you guys literally have 6 guys that are probably going to play Division I basketball. At least I don't know what else Coach Silk has up his sleeve, but at least for the moment, 6 guys are going to be going Division I. So I guess what was my question even going to be? Man, Raghav, I completely forgot. That's such a good question. I forgot it, but I mean, like, how bad do you kind of want to make Geico Nationals, and maybe use this year's little motivation? Like, even though you won states, you won the first district championship in school history. Like, you guys didn't get qualified for Geico Nationals. So how bad do you guys want that to happen for you guys?
Obviously, we could have definitely made it last year. We lost a couple of key games that put us out the running, but I think next year we definitely have a great shot at making Geico's national, even winning it. So, and I think we all believe, like, we all know we can make it. And we're all starting to believe that we can actually win this thing next year with the group that's coming in. And we just have to play hard, and it first starts from the first day.
And from a player's perspective, like, in the offseason, when you guys get Marvell Allen, and then, I mean, Taylor isn't really like the same position as you, but then you also get Tyler Hendricks, who one game, and we're going to talk about this too, where you let him start over you, where we're going to get into that, because that's just so inspirational. But
Yeah.
So with Marvell coming in, and then Tyler coming in as well, and with you not having the best season, were you at all, like, maybe a little nervous, like, you had some now competition on the team, and you might not get as much playing time as you were supposed to have?
Coming into the year when they transferred in, I was not even thinking that. I was thinking how much they're gonna get me better, how much they're gonna push me, and how much I will be able to push them, and how much continuity we'll get, and so we can win some games. And that's what we did this year. We pushed each other. We got better off each other, and whenever they did something, I was more than happy for them, and everything they did, and they were more happy to see me win and when I did things. So it was great.
And for Marvell and Taylor and Tyler, did you know them before they transferred at all, or no?
Taylor and Tyler, I actually played AAU with them before they came, so I already knew them. And Marvell, I knew already too from AAU.
Okay, so it wasn't like, you kind of like, you already knew them, pretty good before they came.
Yeah, I already knew them.
Yeah, but overall, like, the bond of this team is, I mean, you guys were, you traveled to Arizona and South Carolina, then you went to Orlando a couple of times, and St. Petersburg. I forgot about that too.
Yeah.
You guys really did have a pretty great bond. Just talk about, just the friendship on that team.
Man, I think we're as close as can be. And it just started like we spend time with each other off the court. We enjoy each other's company. Like, it's crazy the bond we made in such a short period of time. And I think that's what helps us on the court, because then I can tell somebody something they need to hear without them getting upset, because we have a bond off the court, and we want to fight for each other to win on the court.
Yeah, and this popped into my head. I was just thinking, like, about you as an individual player, and I was going to ask like, about your goals, but that's kind of too cliche. Like it's probably common sense what your goals are. But I just remember I had a little flashback to that dunk you had in Atlanta.
Which one?
The really mean one where you literally posted.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean just take us through that.
Dang. So I think we were up by like 6 or 7 points. It was about like 4 or 5 minutes to go, and I was trying to stall it a little bit, and then the defender kept trying to press up on me, and I was like, he's crazy, so I just blew by him, and then when I got to the basket, I thought he was gonna try to come up, and I was gonna dump it off to our big, but then he came super late, so when I took off, I just went to go dunk it, and he jumped and he missed. But when you're a shot blocker, you got to go try to block that. So I give him all the credit.
Yeah, I mean that was just like you did. I was actually thinking like maybe you didn't even posterize him. I didn't, but you literally like dunked on his head, right?
Yes, and he was about 6'9".
Yeah, that's definitely crazy. And sticking to kind of AU basketball. Oh, looks like his phone just dropped. So we'll be back in just a second, guys. Yeah, sorry. I guess he has dropped his phone, so we'll just wait till he comes back in. All right, there we go. Right. You dropped your phone?
Yeah, it dropped, and then it made me log off.
Yeah. No worries. That was honestly kind of a little bit funny, but sticking to kind of the AU basketball team. I mean, Greg Glenn's now with We All Can Go, and we're actually going to get into that probably the question after. But when you were playing with him with Team Florida, what was it like? Competing with one of your teammates who you've not been playing basketball with since your freshman year.
It was great. I love playing alongside him because he does so much great things on the floor. He's versatile in so many ways. I actually think he's the most versatile player in 2022. No question. Like the things he does on the floor when he puts his mind to it is crazy.
And since he is now on We All Can Go, they actually did face Florida Pro on Friday. But I know you also were playing some AU basketball. But so did you get a chance to watch that game?
Yeah, I watched it live. Mostly the second half though.
But you weren't like you watched it live as in like live stream, right? Like you weren't there.
I watched it on the YouTube live.
Yeah. That was super nice about that. I was actually like very grateful they did like that. I didn't watch too much and my stream was like lagging.
Yeah.
But like for like Baller TV costs money. They put out all those games live. Like that actually
that was
very
tough.
Nice. Yeah. So watching that game, so it's Greg Glenn and his loaded team, and then versus Florida Pro with Taylor and Tyler. So who are you kind of rooting for in that game, or were you maybe just watching like you just wanted it to be a close game like it was because you didn't really care who won?
I wasn't rooting for nobody specific. Like you said, I just wanted it to be a close game, and I just wanted to see good competition and both teams go at it.
Yeah, that game. I mean, I couldn't even like. I wasn't surprised Florida Pro won, but man, that game. Honestly, what I thought was crazier was you saw like all stuff and like the stuff of Mikey, like that is unbelievable. Like that's too much fans. That's like Michael Jordan like showing up to I feel like I got something. Oh yeah, like Scotty Barnes or whatever. Like they were all out. They were all at the Night Riders thing, but like that wasn't even as like there was like nobody talking to him. But like
I know,
bro, Mikey went live and like there were all those kids. Like that was crazy. And in Kansas City, like nobody was there. Like that was crazy.
I know, that's crazy.
Yeah, and did Greg kind of tell you like about because I saw like there was like a picture of like him I think and Mikey at like a gas station like a bunch of people. Did he kind of tell you guys like about those experiences or not yet?
Nah, he hasn't said anything to us about it yet, but I'm pretty sure when we see each other next, we'll have a conversation about it.
Yeah, would you want because like I mean that level of fame is just like that's insane. Would you want to maybe be in this position not in terms of the way he plays I think, but in terms of having over 3 million Instagram followers?
I think Mikey has a lot of things great going for him with his fan base and how he publicizes himself and media base. But I'm just glad where I am at. Like and I'm grateful for where I'm at, and I just want to be me at the end of the day. So
Yeah, and too, like he really had to grow up. So like that's you can't act. I mean, it's not like you do anything stupid, but
yeah,
it's like you can't mess up off the court, basically.
yeah, it's pros and cons to everything.
Yeah. You saw did you hear the little leak with Rod Wave and Young Boy?
Yeah, I seen it.
Yeah, actually, not gonna lie, I don't think it was that good. I don't know about you. I couldn't hear too much, but
Yeah,
I was a little upset.
I don't even remember the song, but I
Yeah,
know
me
I
neither.
heard it.
I thought it was supposed to drop Friday. It never dropped.
I don't even remember it, but I remember hearing it.
Yeah, I just remember all the times like Kawhi Leonard on Instagram
Yeah.
when everyone was like freaking out. That was crazy. Yeah, and something little more personal to you. The hair, the color is now kind of back to normal, but we got to throw it back to when you had the I don't even know what color, like yellow, blonde, what corn, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Why did that happen to you?
So when I first dyed my hair the first time, I think it was around like November or
Oh,
something.
the orange or whatever.
No, it was brown.
Oh yeah, whatever. Like it looked like brownish orange kind of.
Yeah, and my teammates, they were shocked. They didn't think I was actually gonna do it. But then after I cut it and we won states, I was like, I would dye my hair at the color I showed them, and they all was like, I bet you won't, and they didn't believe me. And then so I did it, and then I just went with it for a couple months, but now it's gone.
And you kind of like you weren't afraid to kind of have that hair, like it really wasn't an issue. Like I saw you at the Alex Rodney thing, you pulled up, and I was like, "There's no way that's him." Like you really didn't care too much, like how you looked.
Nah, I don't care how I look. I think that hair color, like doing stuff like that, actually describes my personality. I'm just like I just do me. I don't really care too much.
And are you at all into kind of like fashion or like dyeing your hair a bunch of different colors and stuff like that? Is it something that like interests you?
I would say fashion. I'm definitely getting into it a little bit more. Like I want to do a lot of stuff with fashion in the future, and I'm just learning a little bit more about it. But for sure, I'm definitely gonna be involved in fashion a lot in the future.
Yeah, and in terms of your hair, what color should we maybe be expecting next? Or are you just gonna kind of give it a little break from anything crazy?
I'm gonna give it a little break from anything crazy, but we never know what the future may hold. So we'll see.
Yeah. We got to get like either like a green or like a purple or like pink, like one of those.
Everybody keeps telling me to do blue next, but
Yeah. No, I think that would be kind of cool. Like if you could do like if you could do like tie dye, that would be crazy.
I don't even know my mom would let me do that.
I mean that would be very cool. Like it was literally like straight up like a tie dye t-shirt. Like that'd be insane.
That'd be crazy.
I mean you'd probably like blow up for that. Like someone's like nobody has that.
You gotta be tough on the court to be able to do that.
Yeah, but I mean you are, so you could probably make it work.
Yeah, probably. But we'll see in the future if I dye my hair again.
Yeah. Do you all have a favorite game from this season?
Favorite game. I don't think so. I think I enjoyed the season, but I didn't necessarily have a favorite game.
Yeah. I guess one of the games where even though I wasn't there, like I was watching actually on Instagram Live, the Calvary Christian versus Matter Academy game. I think like that, in my opinion, that's the game of the year of the season. Like even though Calvary Christian St. Andrews went really down to the wire.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I feel like that game, just everything about it, like the number one team in South Florida, the number one team in Miami, like they're excited to watch. The atmosphere was packed, and I don't know why I guess they don't care about restrictions in that gym. Like, would you agree with me that was maybe the game of the year for South Florida?
Yeah, I think it's definitely probably top 3 for sure. One of the games in the year for South Florida. I don't want to say the game of the year yet because I'm trying to think and look back, and I don't want to accidentally say that game, and I'm trying to think of another. But I think for sure it's top 3 in there.
Yeah, because I know you were hurt because I saw you play against Westminster Christian, where that was a little bit disappointing, man. I know you were injured. So did you get injured? You got injured in that Matter Academy game, right?
Yeah, I was injured in Matter Academy game, but I played the rest of the game and toughed it out. But that next day, I couldn't even play versus Westminster Christian. I couldn't even run, so I couldn't even go.
Yeah, and you guys ended up winning states, as I probably said earlier. So it's not like that game really did anything to you guys. But was that at all difficult for you? You know, watching you guys lose that game.
Yeah, it was definitely difficult for me because I felt like I could have had huge effect on the court if I was playing, and um, I just feel like that type we can't have losses like that, especially the team which we were trying to be and the team we're going to try to be. We definitely have to stay away from losses like that next year. But it was definitely a big hit.
And is there any team next year that you're looking forward to playing against?
Um, I'm just looking forward to playing anybody. To be honest, like we want to give anybody trouble like in the country. So I'm just looking forward to playing everybody.
Yeah. So you got like no. I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming you guys are probably in City of Palms. I don't know if like they got the guy like Samad Hines or whatever.
Yeah, we're in City of Palms next year.
Yeah. I don't know if he did like a tweet on like what things supposed to play in, but I'm assuming you are playing a national schedule. So is there at all any sort of event that you guys kind of know you're locked in for? You might be looking forward to, or it's still kind of the same response? Like you just want to play everybody.
I'm definitely like City of Palms. I'm definitely looking forward to as one of the main events we're going to next year.
Yeah, and actually, a team that I think would be maybe slightly exciting would be if you guys end up facing. Well, you guys probably will Westminster Academy. Is that kind of like your school's like regardless because they're also a good team as well? But is that your school's like literal rival?
Yeah, that's been our rival for a minute. Ever before I even got to Calvary, like I used to go to Westminster Calvary games, and it was wild and crazy. And every year we're looking forward to playing them because all the fans come out, and it's definitely always a good showing game.
Yeah, I mean I know this year was kind of like well I was so you guys were down actually by 10 or whatever in the district final.
Yeah, at halftime.
Yeah, I mean, I thought for sure just based off the first game where it was basically a blowout. What was going? I don't know, like what was going wrong for you guys in that first half?
I think um credit was given to them too because they came out with a great game plan against us, forcing us to do things that we weren't like we weren't the best doing was shooting the ball from the outside. So that was giving us a lot of space, and they were packing the paint. But they just had a great game plan. In the second half, we just came back mentally, and it wasn't even about skills in the second half. We just played harder in the second half.
Yeah, and now I'm luckily I didn't forget, but I want to bring back to the whole teammates thing. When I brought up, Tyler Hendricks and everything. So I didn't post his interview, and it's kind of irrelevant. I was like, yo, I might even post it. Let's do it anyways.
Yeah.
You chose to let Tyler Hendricks start in your place when you did say because you said Coach Silk was going to let you start in that regional final game, but you said like, hey, Tyler's well prepared. Like, he's been working hard. He's playing really well lately. Like, I want him to start in my place. Just describe what that shows about you. Just your character and as a basketball player in person saying like, I don't want to start in the regional final. I want to let this guy start so my team's a better chance on winning.
Yeah. At first, that wasn't actually the first game I told Coach Silk to do that. It was actually, I think it went back to when we played on ESPN. Like I think when I first came back from my injury, I think I played like a good second half. I forgot what team we played, and then I ended up sealing the deal versus that team. And I think we were going into our ESPN games versus La Lemire and who was the other team?
I think Sunrise Christian, right?
Sunrise, and then Montverde, that Montverde Invitational. So I was like, because Tyler was playing really well and his confidence up. I know we was about to hit after that Montverde Invitational. We was gonna head into districts, and we needed Tyler as a big piece to win states. And I already had a groove going. Like I was scoring more than I was averaging during the season coming off the bench. So I was already in a good groove, and I was like, let Tyler keep his rhythm. I was still getting like for at the end of the day for me, it was not about points, about us winning. And for any young guys out there too, it's not about who starts, about who finishes the game at the end of the day. And so I talked to Coach Silk, let him know that he should just keep tying the starting lineup, and I'll be more than happy to come off the bench.
Yeah. And I just want to interrupt real quick. So you know Jakai Howard, right? He lives in like Georgia, bro. I just thought Katie just followed him on Instagram.
Wow,
bro. That's actually kind of I'm not friends with like the Jakai kid, but like that's kind of cool though. Like
that's
Katie,
tough.
but continuing on, with you kind of bringing that up and like talking to your coach, what's the relationship like? You know, I saw you made he basically made like a little nice post for everyone after state championships. You know, a little nice love paragraph. You know, which is well deserved. What is your relationship with him like? Where you kind of go to him, give him your feedback. He'll probably listen and all that stuff.
Me and Coach Silk have a great relationship on and off the court. Off the court, he's like a big brother to me. Like he's somebody I look up to. Like I admire him so much things that he does in his life. I want to apply to my life. He does so much great things. And then on the basketball court, I can just talk to him about basketball, and he gives me his truthful feedback, and he just takes in consideration what we tell him and give him.
Definitely. And your senior year, I don't know what it's going to look like for you or Marvell when it comes time for your senior year, but if you guys are both there, and I guess maybe this year too, the same argument could be made. Like, are you guys trying to be the best backcourt or one of the best backcourts in the whole entire country?
Yeah, for sure. Me and Marvell have definitely talked about being the best duo in our class, and I think we both believe that we are. Obviously, we both are super underrated, and we know how talented we both are individually and how good we are together. But I think we're definitely one of those duos to look out for in the future.
Yeah, and I guess before we kind of end it off, let's kind of talk about that big state championship game run. I think you had 18 points. Actually, let me just double check. Yeah, you did have 18 points in the state championship game. I mean, just how did you kind of do that performance in such a big and close game too? Because like I'll tell you, I was doing an interview with Marcus Allen, and if you watch the interview, I was like kind of like not really focused because I was following the score the whole time.
Yeah,
bro, I was like, I thought you guys had it in that edit that I had my friend make. I had to make it before you guys before the game even started. I was like, I need it done by this time. I thought you guys had it locked in, and he said like, oh, this is so hard to make, and he said everything was easy. He said like this one was actually hard, and I'm like, oh man, like just for the edit's sake, I was like, they have to win this game. Like in that interview, I was like I'm like, yo, like please win. Like I was like running around my house like they better win this game. Like I was terrified, and luckily you guys pulled it off, and you did end up scoring 18 points. So just talk about that state championship performance for you and how you were able to get it done in just such a close game.
I think it really just showed us, everybody, and us who we were individually, and as a team, we all came together, and we just fought to the end, and we all leaned on each other. It wasn't complaining. It wasn't a lot of oh, the game is over. We just were fighting to the end, and we got the job done. So that's all that matters.
And were you guys like, how do you really just fight like that and have the mentality? Because you were down by, I think it was probably at most, it's like it was always, like a 13 to 10 point deficit for a majority of the game where, that is a close game, I feel like, in the NBA.
Yeah.
But in high school, especially in Florida, where there's no shot clock, like that could be considered like a blowout game. Like, and yeah, you can just hold the ball for a very long time and end up winning. So how like you guys maybe like setting small goals, like, all right, let's set this thing to 7 points with 8 minutes left or something like that, or how are you guys really able to just chip away at their lead?
I think we were just scrapping and clawing at the lead bit by bit. And Coach Silk and our coaching staff was just telling us in the huddle, we're not going to make the home run play. We're not going to score 13 points in one shot. So we just had to lock in, And I think it started on the defensive end when we sparked some turnovers, got some easy basket because we were mostly playing at half court for the whole game. And you can't play half court in basketball the whole game. It's going to be a tough game. You got to get some easy baskets and transitions and get some turnovers. And I think that's what we did to chip at the lead.
Yeah, and Sally, for me, I don't know what my coach has in plan too in terms of transfers, but I don't think I will probably ever experience going to states. Ever, Sally, I've won, or my team has won districts before, so I kind of know what that's like. But
Yeah.
I mean, I hope to go to Lakeland one day, but just winning a state championship when the buzzer sounds. I mean, just try to make me feel like, you know, I've almost won the state championship. But just what does that feel like?
Definitely for us this year. Speaking for myself too, I think coming in the year, everybody labeled like our expectation was at least a state championship. Like if we didn't get that state championship, everybody would label our year a failure year, and it was just so much pressure surrounding around our team throughout the whole year coming in, and when that buzzer sound, it just felt like weight was lifted off our shoulders when we finally did it. Like, and in the style and the fashion and the way we did it, it just made it feel even better.
Yeah, definitely. Well, anyways, appreciate you for letting me interview. Means a lot. Kind of before we end this interview, make sure you guys give us a follow on Instagram at I am Carl5. I'm iHoopsFL. Anyways, so 2023 Calvary Christian shooting guard Carl Cherenfant. I'm Isaac Fleischer. And this has been another iHoopsFL interview. Peace out, guys.
So